Alrighty, folks, I'm now hitting at 80% my last 15 Major League Baseball package membership picks on my premium site. I also have to give a shout out to chairman members who cashed in on 4 more premium selections yesterday. And the only way you could have accessed all of those winners is to join my full access, all-inclusive chairman membership. And I'll explain a little bit more about all that in just a moment. But before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to my Major League Baseball free pick video here today for Wednesday, June 19th, 2024. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day to you. The weekend is right around the corner. We are halfway there. And of course, my name is Brock Page. I've been dishing out free sports picks on YouTube since 2016. Once again, folks, I'm hitting at 80% my last 15 Major League Baseball tier package picks on my premium site. And the good news is we have another MLB tier package play going off here today. Of course, if you want to unlock all of my premium selections, you may want to think about signing up for my full access, all-inclusive chairman package. Of course, chairman members get access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you also get access to my Chairman podcast, absolutely free. It's going to be included with your purchase. And of course, I'd be remiss if I did not acknowledge the recent passing of Willie Mays. Rest in peace, an important person with regard to Major League Baseball. Willie Mays, rest in peace. And with that, we are going to dive into some free content. We're going to take a look at the Tigers squaring off against the Braves. That'll be a 12:20 Eastern first pitch. And Atlanta's minus $1.25 at home here. Totals 8 runs. Ronaldo Lopez for the Braves. Tarek Skubal for Detroit. And as good as Skubal's been, well, the Tigers really haven't been great over the past week or so. They took the loss in 7 out of their last 10, and they are having a tough time with the National League. Detroit currently has a losing record in their interleague games, and you could credit that to poor plate appearances. The Tigers are currently in the bottom 10 in hits per game, and they're going to have to face Ronaldo Lopez, who actually has a lower ERA than Tarek Skubal. Lopez currently has an ERA of 1.60 along with a 1.04 whip. Certainly having a good season there. And of course, at the plate, the Braves continue to hit well at Truist Park. They're in the top 3 in hits per game at home. Marcell Ozuna's in the top 3 in homers, RBI, and OPS. And Ozzie Albies is second on the active roster in runs scored. Now, injury-wise, Michael Harris is out for the Braves. Baez and Carpenter are inactive for the Tigers. 4 out of the Tigers' last 5 road games did stay under the total. Meanwhile, the Braves have gone 23-6 to the under against the American League. Give me Atlanta minus $1.25, under 8. Next game, Reds Pirates, 12:35 East. Pittsburgh's minus 120, total 7.5. Mitch Keller for the Pirates, Hunter Green for Cincinnati. And the starter Green's 5-2 with an ERA in the 3s. Now, Green's also got 89 strikeouts along with a 1.18 whip. And even though the Reds have struggled to get base runners this year, they are somehow manufacturing runs on the road. They're actually a top 10 run producing team in their travels. And they're facing a Pittsburgh club who's got a losing record at home and a losing record against divisional opponents. Of course, as a team, the Bucs are definitely having problems at the plate. They're averaging just about double-digit strikeouts a game in the box. O'Neal Cruz has punched out 85 times already. That's most on the team by almost 20. And Michael A. Taylor, he's hitting just a $197. Whenever you see, channels like MLB Network glazing these two guys, just know that they're not impact guys. Like, they're hurting their teams. But, they're marketable guys, so MLB tries to push them. Don't fall for that. Don't, think you're getting value with these guys on your, fantasy teams. I'm not trying. I don't want to sound like I'm, trashing these guys. I just have to make you aware. They get a lot of attention, and they're not worthy of it. right? They're going to hurt your fantasy team if you draft them or pick them up. But anyway, injury-wise, Bart, Bay, and Williams are still out for Pittsburgh. When it comes to the number, the Reds saw their last 3 straight Hunter Green starts get over the line. Give me Cincinnati plus $1 over 7.5. All right, next matchup, Cardinals, Marlins, 12:40 p.m. East. St. Louis is $1.70, totals 8. Kyle Gibson for the Cards. Yonny Chirinos making his season debut for Miami. And I'll tell you what, Chirinos is coming off a dicey 2023 campaign. Has not looked the same since injury. But last year he had a 5.40 ERA with 2 separate teams, a 1.38 WHIP. And even if he does throw well here today, he's probably not going to get much run support. Miami's currently dead last in the National League in runs per game. They're taking on Kyle Gibson on the bump, who's 5-2 with 73 strikeouts and an ERA in the 3s. Of course, as a team, the Cards have hit, they've really hit Miami well in recent gatherings. They've averaged over 5.7 runs a game in their last 10 head-to-head contests. Now, Nolan Arenado, he's got the most hits in the clubhouse. Nolan Gorman with the most home runs. When it comes to the injury list, Contreras and Nootbaar are still out. Mason Wynn is questionable. When it comes to the total, the Marlins saw their last 4 straight at Lone Depot Park get over the total. They're also 60% of the over in their last 10 at any location. Give me the Cardinals minus $1.70, over 8. Next game, Padres, Phillies, 105 East. Philadelphia's minus $1.55, totals 8 runs. Ranger Suarez for Philadelphia, Matt Waldron for San Diego. And even though Waldy's pitching well, the Pods just don't want to win for the guy. He's got a 4-6 record, and the Pods are now 3 games below 500. And out of their last 10 games with Philadelphia, these San Diego pitchers allowed over 6.4 runs a game. As far as this season's concerned, well, the Phils continue to pound it at the bank. They're scoring more runs a game at home than any other lineup besides one. Alec Boehm's got the 4th most RBI in the majors, 8th highest qualifying batting average. Trey Turner's hitting .340 with double-digit stolen bases. But even if the Phils have problems at the plate, they're not going to need many runs, at least, on paper, because they've got ace Ranger Suarez on the hill, 10-1 record with a 1.77 ERA. When it comes to the injury list, Realmuto and Clemens are still out for Philadelphia. Bogart's inactive for the Padres. Now, 3 out of San Diego's last 5 road games did fall under the total. They also saw the under cash in 5 out of Waldron's last 7 starts. Give me the Phillies minus $1.55, under 9. Next game, Giants-Cubs, 2:20 p.m. East. Now, this game's currently off the board. Kyle Hendricks for Chicago, Spencer Howard for the Giants. And through just 15-plus innings of work this year, Howard's got an ERA in the 4s along with a 1.66 WHIP. Of course, as a team, the Giants continue to lose games on the road. They're currently 16-21 in their travels. They're facing a Cubbies team who continues to win games at home. They've got 20 wins at Wrigley, and they got a couple guys who can hit the baseball. Now, injury-wise, Tauchman's out for Chicago. Wade and Luciano inactive for the Giants. Give me the Cubs getting the job done for some money line cash. Next game, Diamondbacks Nationals, 4:05 Eastern first pitch. Arizona's the $1.60 favorite, totals 9 runs. Brandon Pfaadt for Arizona, Patrick Corbin for Washington. And I'll tell you, Corbin continues to spew all over himself. Just 1-7 on the year, ERA close to 6. And even if he pulls a good start out of his asshole, the Nats are still having a tough time at the plate. They're a bottom 5 hit producing team in the National League. They're going to face Brandon Pfaadt, who's got 84 strikeouts and a 1.16 WHIP. He's also backed by a top 5 run-scoring lineup in the National League. Ketel Marte's got the most hits in the clubhouse. Christian Walker with the most homers and RBI. And out of the D-backs' last 10 gatherings with Washington, they've hit that national pitching staff quite well. Arizona's averaging over 6.4 runs a game during that time frame. Alec Thomas is still out for Arizona. Corbin Carroll is questionable. Now for Washington, Joey Gallo, he is still out with that hammy. 4 out of Corbin's last 5 starts did get over the total. Arizona went 8-2 to the over in their last 10. Give me the Diamondbacks minus $1.60, over 9. Next contest, Mariners Guardians, 6:40 p.m. East. Cleveland's $1.30, totals 8. Tanner Bybee for the Guardians, Brian Wu for Seattle. And both pitchers coming into today's game with some real good numbers. Seattle's Brian Wu is 3-0 with a .53 whip. And Cleveland's Tanner Bybee, he's got 87 strikeouts with only 2 losses. Now, 7 out of the Guardians' last 10 ball games did fall under the total. They also saw unders in 7 out of their last 9 Tanner Bybee starts. Give me the under 8. Next game, Orioles-Yankees, 7:05 Eastern first pitch. The Yankees are minus $1.70, totals 8 runs. Garrett Cole making his season debut for the Yankees. Cade Povich for Baltimore. Now the O's have gone 9-3 to the over in their divisional road games. That's good for 75% in that category. Now the Yankees saw 7 out of their last 10 get over the total themselves. Give me the over 8 runs. Next matchup, Red Sox, Blue Jays, 7:07 Eastern first pitch. Toronto's minus $1.25, totals 8 runs. Kevin Gausman for Toronto, Brian Bayo for Boston. And the righty Bayo's 6-4 on the year with 56 strikeouts. And I'll tell you, Bayo's been backed by a solid lineup of hitters. The Bo Sox are now in the top 5 in runs per game on the road. Gunnar Henderson's got the second most homers in the majors, 6th highest OPS average. Adley Rutschman has the most hits in the lineup at the moment. And they're going to face Kevin Gausman, who's got a handful of losses with an ERA in the 4s. But even if Gausman has a good showing here today, the Jays have had problems scoring at home. They're a bottom 5 run-producing team in their own building. Now, injury-wise, Bo Bichette's out for the Jays. Wilyer Abreu's inactive for Boston. When it comes to the total, 7 out of Boston's last 10 ball games did get over the number. They also went 5-1 to the over in their last 6 Brian Bayo starts. Give me the Red Sox plus 105, over 8. Next game, Rays Twins, 7:40 p.m. East. Minnesota's $1.55, total 7. Joe Ryan for the Twins, Taj Bradley for Tampa Bay. And Bradley's just 2-4 with an ERA of 4.23. Of course, at the plate, Tampa Bay's really fallen off. They strike out a bunch, and they're in the bottom 5 in runs per game. And they're scoring off against Joe Ryan, who's having one heck of a year. He's got 90 strikeouts already and a .94 whip. Of course, at the plate, the Twins are now a top 10 run-producing lineup. Royce Lewis is hitting .348 with an OPS in the 1200s. And Carlos Correa is batting .317 with an OPS just about in the 900s himself. Now, 5 out of Minnesota's last 8 ball games at Target Field got over the line. Tampa Bay saw their last 4 straight on the road get over the total themselves. Give me the Twins minus 155, over 7. Next game, Mets Rangers, 8:05 Eastern first pitch. Both teams minus $1.10, pretty much a coin flip, totals 9 runs. Andrew Heaney for Texas, Sean Manaea for New York. Now, 6 out of these teams' last 10 gatherings did fall under the total. The Rangers also saw unders in their last 4 straight Andrew Heaney starts. The Rangers currently find themselves 24-11 to the under at Globe Life Field. Now, 6 out of New York's last 10 ball games stayed under the total themselves. Give me the under 9. Next matchup, Astros-White Sox, 8:10 Eastern start time. Houston's minus $1.15, totals 8 runs. Hunter Brown for the Astros, Garrett Crochet for Chicago. And even though Crochet's been outstanding for the White Sox, they still managed to lose 5 games for him. And a lot of that has to do with their bats. These guys are dead last in the league in runs per game. And they're going to take on Hunter Brown, who struck out 76 batters in just 68 plus. Of course, at the dish, the Astros have been tough to get out. Matter of fact, these guys lead the majors in hits per contest. Mauricio Dubon, he's batting .300. Jose Altuve's got the most hits in the lineup. When it comes to the injury list, Kyle Tucker's still out for Houston. Jimenez and Fletcher inactive for Chicago. 6 out of the Sox last 10 ball games did fall under the line. Meanwhile, Houston went 7-3 to the under in their last 10 themselves. Give me Houston minus $1.15, under 8. Next game, Dodgers-Rockies, 8:40 p.m. East. The Dodgers are the $2 favorite. Totals 11. Bobby Miller for the Dodgers. Ryan Feltner for Colorado. And through 75-plus innings of work this year, the righty Feltner's recorded only 1 win. He's got an ERA of .571 and a 1-6 record. Of course, at the plate, the Rockies just strike out way too much, and they don't walk a lot. And they're going to face a Dodger organization who won their last 3 straight. They're winning 67% of their divisional road games. When it comes to hitting the baseball, the Dodgers currently lead the National League in hits per contest. Shohei Ohtani is 4th in the bigs in homers and OPS. Teoscar Hernandez has the most RBI in the clubhouse. And out of the Dodgers' last 10 gatherings with Colorado, they averaged nearly 6.3 runs a game. Now, injury-wise, Betts and Muncy are both still out. Bryant, Rogers, Bouchard, and Beck, they are all inactive for Colorado. 6 out of the Rockies' last 10 ball games did get over the line. Meanwhile, LA saw their last 4 straight on the road get over the total themselves. Give me the Dodgers minus 1.5, over 11. Next game, Brewers-Angels, 9:38 East. Milwaukee's $1.65, totals 8. Freddie Peralta for Milwaukee. Tyler Anderson for Los Angeles. And as good as Anderson's been this year, well, he's somehow recorded 6 losses on the year. When the Angels play at home, disastrous things happen. They're just 12-24 on their own ball field this year. And they're going to have to face Freddie Peralta, who's been a strikeout machine. He's just 2 strikeouts shy of the century mark already. And at the plate, Milwaukee's in the top 5 in the National League in hits per game. Christian Yelich is batting .324 with an OPS in the 900s. And William Contreras, he's batting .304 and has the most hits in the lineup. Now, 3 out of the Brewers' last 4 road games did get over the total. Meanwhile, Los Angeles went 60% to the over in their last 10. Give me the Brewers minus 165, over 8. And with that, folks, we are going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video. It's going to be in that Royals Athletics game, 9:40 Eastern first pitch. Kansas City's minus $1.70, totals 8 runs. Cole Reagans for KC, Luis Medina for Oakland. Now, Medina's 0-2 already with an ERA close to 6. But even if he does have a good showing here today, the A's are terrible at getting base runners. Oakland's in the bottom 3 in hits per game. And they're facing Cole Reagans, who's been quite difficult to hit against. He's got 102 strikeouts and a 1.14 whip. Of course, at the plate, the Royals are in the top 5 in runs per game in the American League. Now, out of their last 10 head-to-head gatherings with the A's, Kansas City's been more than good enough on offense. They actually averaged over 5.3 runs a game during that stretch. When it comes to the total, all 3 of Medina's starts for Oakland stayed under the total. Now, the A's also went 60% to the under in their last 10 as a team. Give me Kansas City minus $1.70, under 8. And with that, folks, we're going to dive into our quick pick recap. Give me the Braves minus $1.25, under 8 runs. Cincinnati plus $1, over 7.5. I'm hitting at 80%. My last 15 MLB tier package picks on my premium site. St. Louis minus $1.70, over 8. We got a fly in the building somehow. Just flying all over and around the screen. St. Louis minus 170 over 8. Phillies minus 155 under 9. Cubs getting the job done for some money line cash. Arizona minus 160 over 9. I like the I like the under 8 in the Mariners-Guardians game. Give me the over 8 in the Baltimore-Yankees game. Red Sox plus 105 over 8. Twins minus 155 over 7. I like the under 9 in the Mets-Rangers game. Astros minus $1.15 under 8. Dodgers minus 1.5 over 11. Brewers minus 165 over 8. Give me the Royals minus $1.70 under 8 runs. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium site. Now, if you do end up getting a membership here today on patreon.com/BrockPage, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. That's why I always tell folks that Chairman Package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. Gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. As an added bonus, you're also going to get access to my Chairman podcast absolutely free. It's going to be included with your purchase. But most importantly, folks, got to thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. With that said, folks, happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium site at patreon.com/BrockPage.